Just thought it was a dream. This can't be real. Like this, I'm still asleep. It wasn't until the alarm starts going off and it actually wakes me up and I disarm the system, where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is really happening.
So just tell me real quick, man. I mean, you just sitting out here, ready to go to your next thing today. But you said I want to talk about this because, as you said, awareness is important.
Right, just awareness. If it had been another, results. If I lost so many family members, anything like that, I don't think I would be out here talking to anybody. To be honest with you guys, but we're just happy. One of the lucky ones that we were able to walk out. My family is safe. A lot of people reached out. We're getting through this.
And what's it been like? Because obviously the night of it probably gave you guys a bit of a scare.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just a loud explosion. We're checking the kids, make sure they're going good. Just trying to calm them down, and then the next thing was just checking on the driver, make sure, he's still good before it gets any worse, and just getting everybody out of the house. As you can see, there's no door. The back door is not even accessible either. There's almost so much rubble and breaking nails sticking everywhere. We just have to use my son's window to go in and out of the house.
And it's kind of tough, like you said, because there's moments where you guys have school starting up, you forget things like clothes, kids' clothes, you got to come back. It's not exactly, smooth sailing whenever your home's left like this.
Right, first, things get, time passes by, you start getting the little inconveniences start adding up a little bit here and there. But yeah, just try to make this, this new normal for the kids as smooth as possible, this transition. Just trying to get too much into their school day, picking up my son here and there. I mean, I don't mind that at all. Just want to make sure they're taken care of and it doesn't affect them too much.
Walk me through just what you thought whenever you saw the car in the front living room.
I just thought it was a dream. This can't be real. Like this, I'm still asleep. It wasn't until the alarm starts going off and it actually wakes me up and I disarm the system, where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is really happening. Like I need to step in, and do something here.
When you watch the video too, I mean, this began, down here, kind of like you mentioned, he hit this fence and then kind of rolled through your. I mean, that's just outrageous that someone's just having that type of decision making to get behind the wheel whenever they're that intoxicated.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't thinking. You think just having a night out and just having a couple drinks won't lead to anything. Okay, I'm not that far from home. No, that's no excuse, and that's intolerable. And then to hear that this is the second time, and then and a vehicle coming a vehicle at that, no, there's no excuse.
He's out on bond, so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to come out here, because $1,000, that's somewhat low for what we would experience or someone you would experience.
No, of course, that's the more we hear more things about what had happened, and the fact that he lives in the neighborhood. That's just really upsetting. Like, okay, so he's part of the neighborhood. He should know better. We're all pretty. We like to think we're pretty safe drivers around here, but yeah, we just have some some really responsible people out here.
What about just from the justice system, just knowing that like he's got a record, that should have accounted for something?
That's what really gets you after a little while. You like I said, you start hearing more details, and the fact that the system. I would like to hope there's more being done and stuff like this. The first time it happened, I think it was over a year ago. That should have been the last time. You shouldn't even be out on the street anymore with the vehicle anymore.
Yeah. Just now, what's next for you guys? Obviously, you're staying with another relative, but clearly you're just trying to, I guess, get repairs done and then working with an attorney. It sounds like.
Yeah, we just want to make sure we're doing the right, going by the right way. It's the first time we've ever experienced anything like this that we know of, so we want to make sure we're handling it the right way. We don't want anyone to, how would I say, feel like they're being like a witch trial, anything like that. We understand things happen. We don't want it to escalate to a certain, I get worse, I would say, for lack of better words, I guess. But we just want to make sure, we handle the right way. We're staying with family. We want to appreciate, her opening her home for us.
Yeah.
And just rebuilding step by step, brick by brick, getting back to things how they used to, back to normal.
But you don't want this to happen to someone else.
Of course not. I mean, no one should be dealing with this kind of stuff, let alone, any drunk drivers out on the street.
You can just kind of walk us through the front area. Like, I guess he obviously came right through here, but just kind of tell us in your own words.
Yeah, so I was able to pull back some of the video footage, and he just guns it, plows right into the front door, my wife's office, pushes back all our walls in, and just right into maybe like 2 feet away from my dog. It's in the kennel, and then, yeah, it's just like a second garage at this moment.
And you said that, your son is usually kind of hanging out in the living room?
Yeah, he weekends like stay up late at night sometimes, especially when he has a late nap. He's up sometimes in the living room. I see him in the video footage. You'll see there's a little table and chair. That's usually where he sits at.
Yeah.
On the floor with his toys sometimes. And then this, knowing I don't have to worry about him dinging him for another rubber, another truck. That's just what kind of makes things, I would say better, but could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because over here, this window's crashed in.
Correct. That's the window to my wife's office. She works from home.
That's a pretty crazy alarm clock at 2 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. It's something you don't want to wake up to.